What's happening, hype stars, unique infusionists? I am Queen Unique Brand Supporters. I am doing this pre-recorded video, and it will go on my Humble Me Hype page. I'm doing this video because tonight, my very last call of the night at work was one that I was not expecting. So in my line of work, back in the call center, something I love to do, that's my comfort zone. Like, up until tonight, I really thought I'd do this for real. But I'm in a line of work this time in the call center where every time the phone rings, I have to be a different person. I have to be a different personality. I have to be whatever the person on the other end of that line needs me to be. And for all this time, it's been okay. Until tonight. My last call of the night was a possible suicide call. The gentleman that I was speaking with had been waiting on a call back for 4 hours. He had placed 4 calls, only 1 hour, and been transferred 4 times until he got to me. I sat and I listened to a man tell me initially how everybody before me had pushed him off. And he didn't want me to push him off because he might not make it to the next person. And as that call continued, I had to come out of character. I had to come off the script. That man did not need for me to try to gain his information and pass him off to somebody else. And I didn't want to do that to him. He asked me 2 questions tonight. Of all the things he said, he asked me, what did I like to do? Not my job. What did I like to do? And I told him I like to color. And then I quickly added in that I like to color with Crayola crayons. And I got a giggle out of that, man. He said, not. And I said, well, what? I said, I got a giggle. I said, what does that mean? He said, it's ironic enough. He said, I like to color with Crayola crayons too. He said, the colors are so vibrant. I said, yes, they are. But then his next statement was that the colors hadn't seemed so vibrant lately. And I instantly knew what type of a call I was dealing with. The next thing he asked me was, what's the last book I read? And it didn't take me long to respond that the last book that I had read was the Bible. I also let him know that I was a new convert student. And then I had read my New Converts book, and there were lessons in there that would teach me to understand the word a little better and understand what the words mean to my life a little bit better. And I can't say if this man was really a believer or not. You can't put that on people. But the next question that he asked was, so the Bible, he asked me what it taught me about being a human being. And as easy as that question may have seemed, it wasn't so easy. Because I ain't got to that part in the Bible yet. About being a human being. Because I am a human being. And the Bible didn't teach me how to be a human being, because I just thought that being a good person and, was good enough. And even when I wasn't such a nice, good person, but I was still a person. I ain't mean no harm. I didn't think I needed help with being a human being. And never once thought to look for that in the Bible. He said he asked me that because of all the human beings that he had heard their voices today, a lot of them that sounded just like mine in the scripts sound closely alike. Like they sound a lot alike. You tell them what you got to tell them and get them off the phone in a couple of minutes. He said my voice was different. He said my voice was different. He said I was the only person that he had spoken to that he could tell that I wasn't going by the script. That's the only thing that made him continue to speak to me. They say work is work. And you're supposed to leave it right there. But tonight, I brought that man home with me. I brought him in my mind. I brought him in my heart, in my spirit. And I even reached out to a couple of people because it was so heavy. I couldn't even leave the parking lot. It was heavy. Because I didn't know if I'd ever hear his voice again. Or that I should, since it's work. But I called 3 people. One instantly, before I even cranked up my car. And they answered. The question that was posed to me by that person was, well, do you think this is the line of work for you? And I didn't respond. And then the second person I called, and I had done left the parking lot by this time, and I was dialing on my little hands-free. I was being safe, but I was dialing on my hands-free. And they couldn't answer, and it went to voicemail. But they instantly sent a text message that let me know that I'm out doing something, but what's happening? What's up? And then I couldn't respond to that person because at this time I'm driving, so I can't just, pick up and respond to the text message. And then by the time I got into where I needed to be and was able to pull over and park safely, I called someone else, and it went to voicemail, but they instantly called right back. And they said, I'm sorry I couldn't, respond. I was driving, but I seen you calling, and I pulled over and I called you right back. And that person prayed with me, for me, and for the other person on the end of that line. And I'm just thankful. I'm just thankful that even when we think God misses the call, if there is only but one, and I just want to thank God that He chose me tonight through the prayer that was prayed with me and for that person on the other end of the line. I did what I needed to do. And I know now that I have to rest easy with that. So if you or someone you may know or may not know is going through a situation and you catch it, you pick up on it, and they're considering taking that next moment of their life, I was left with some information through calling right from your handset, from texting, an email, a web search. 988 is the suicide hotline. They're available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even when it's not in your job description. So with that being said, my Humble Me Hype family, my Unique Infusionist, my I Am Queen Unique brand supporters, I love each of you genuinely and thoroughly. We have to be each other's keepers. Y'all have a good night. Y'all stay prayed up, because you never know when the colors might not seem so vibrant anymore.